I understand that this is getting old, but the reason for this is once coronavirus gets somewhat in the rearview mirror, it'll be nice to look back at this compilation of politicians who set these rules and then could have cared less about them. The old do as I say, not as I do. So we got a few more to add to the list. This one is one of my favorites. This is the governor of New Mexico.
Is a very popular jewelry store. There's a location in Northeast Albuquerque. A spokeswoman for the governor confirms the governor did purchase jewelry there when non-essential businesses were closed. The governor's office says Michelle Lujan Grisham did not break any rules when she ordered jewelry from Lily Barak. In an email sent to KOAT, the governor's spokeswoman said Lujan Grisham purchased the jewelry online, that it was an entirely contact-free purchase and permitted under the state's health order.
Good for the jewelry store.
Shane Brummett manages Carefree Spas in Northeast Albuquerque. He says when the state mandated non-essential businesses close, he delivered products curbside and got a ticket as a result. Brummett says he just went to court to fight it.
We pleaded not guilty, just on principle. It was either a $100 fine right then and there or go to trial, so we chose to go to trial.
Brummett tells us if he loses, he faces up to a $5,000 fine and even jail time. Today, he says he's just glad to be back open and hopes all local businesses, including jewelry stores, are surviving during this pandemic. As far as the jewelry store, the spokeswoman for the governor says the store was never open when the governor purchased that jewelry. Nancy Laughlin, KOAT Action 7 News.
So in other words, this hack, and by the way, I know this is evil of me to say, but part of me kind of smiles because I don't participate in the crime of the political process. So it's almost like a lesson to all the people that do. This is what you're fighting your friends, families, and neighbors over. These type of individuals who literally stand over you and dictate what you can and cannot do, but then turn around and do that very thing that they limited you from doing. It's kind of ironic, and it's a little bit of pleasure in this world of craziness. But anyway, what she did was in the middle of the lockdown. I mean, this is even worse than Beetlejuice getting her hair cut. She had a jewelry store. Is there anything that possibly could classify as more non-essential than a freaking jewelry store? She called and had the jewelry store privately open just for her. Okay, so anyway, I got a couple more of these. So now we move over to Hawaii, and this is a level of insanity that we really haven't seen yet. So let me get into this. I'll try to do it quickly, so I don't want to take too much time on this video. We got two hardened criminals, Hawaii quarantine violators, picked up in a manhunt after violating rules again. And this story's aged a bit. I actually had recorded this video last month when it first happened, but things were too crazy back then, and I never got around to actually uploading it. So yeah, there you go. Those two right there. I mean, if you didn't know any better, you'd say they were murderers. A couple who were arrested on Tuesday for violating the state's quarantine order gave law enforcement the slip and broke the rules again before finally getting sent home today. On Tuesday, a woman named Kimberly and a man named Edwin were arrested after a hotel manager turned them in. Wow, how nice. Turned them in for violating emergency rules. Since March 26th, passengers coming into Hawaii are required to follow a mandatory 14-day self-quarantine, which doesn't even allow them to leave their freaking lodging to buy food or groceries. Wow. Here's where the story gets funny. The Lalo, that's right, they were quarantining in a place called the Lalo. The Lalo autograph collection manager reported the couple after an irate citizen flagged Tien for making IG posts that shows that she was venturing outside of her Waikiki hotel room before she completed her quarantine. Special agents, holy cow, special agents from the state attorney general's office interviewed hotel staff and obtained records that show that the pair had repeatedly left their hotel room from the day they had arrived. Once the couple was released from custody Tuesday, they checked out of the Lalo Hotel. The pair then checked into the Outrigger Waikiki and continued to violate the quarantine orders by leaving their hotel room. When Outrigger Waikiki staff informed the couple that they must follow the quarantine, they checked out and were unsupervised for much of the day. Once law enforcement found out the couple was on the run, they sent out a all-points bulletin to area hotels warning that the pair could be attempting to secure lodging at a new hotel. When did I wake up in this world? This is insanity. The couple was located Wednesday following a manhunt. A manhunt. Wait, there's more. That's not all that's happening in Hawaii. Honolulu police arrest 91 in connection with Corona Bologna emergency violations. And guys, this is all the way back on April 21st. So no telling what it is right now. And that, yes, they're still on lockdown. I'm going to get to that part in just a second. Honolulu police have issued 7,801 warnings and 3,010 citations to date for violations of the emergency order for the Corona Bologna outbreak. We literally need to send the Marines into Hawaii to save the residents from the tyrannical government. That's that bad. Most of the citations were issued at closed parks. Police also arrested a total of 91 people as of today. After both of those stories, I'm working my way up to this. This is a somewhat recent, I believe it's about 10 days old, but it says Hawaii plans to extend stay-at-home measures, travel quarantine until end of June. And just so you know, the way the Hawaiian Islands are set up and the way that their stay-at-home order is set up is you can't even go from island to island without having to go into a mandatory 14-day quarantine period. And again, once you go into that quarantine, you are not allowed to leave for food at all or groceries. So he's extended it to the end of June. The end of June. You would think that at least half of the island has died from coronavirus. So listen, I mean, this is draconian Anyway, Hawaii is likely to keep its Corona Bologna stay-at-home measures in place until the end of June and will discourage tourists from visiting. State Governor David Ige said, "I'm sure all the businesses appreciate that. It's not like it's a vacation spot." The current 14-day mandatory quarantine for everyone traveling to the state, which began in March, will certainly be extended until the end of next month. Tourism is a big part of the economy. No shit, Sherlock. I'm trying to get down. Okay, guys, you ready for this? Hawaii has had over 630 cases. That's right, 630. They're not missing a zero. And 17 deaths. They've had 17 dead people. And we know that numbers have probably inflated too. All of this tyranny for 17 dead people. 7,000 warnings, 3,000 tickets, 91 arrests, and 1 manhunt for 2 vacation. What is going on? And last, but certainly not least, Here's a story out of Ireland. I have a lot of friends that I've made online that live in Ireland, and I have respect for all of them. These guys are all of them are like liberty-loving people we'd all get along with. Well, they got some messed up stuff going on in their government. This guy right here, Irish, and I don't know exactly what that means, but he's the Prime Minister. Leo Varadkar denies picnic with friends was COVID-19 rule breach. And when they say friends, they mean, let's see how I can put this in a friendly way. His gay partners. Spokesman said Prime Minister broke no laws or regulations during meeting with friends in a Dublin park despite guidance against picnics. That's right. He told everyone they're not allowed to go on picnics, and then him and his gay buddies went frolicking out in the middle of a field so that they could go drinking like a bunch of 15-year-olds. Leo, Ireland's, I wish I knew how to say that, Prime Minister, has defending having a picnic with gay friends in a Dublin park in defiance of and I don't mean gay friends. They're obviously gay lovers. We know what they were doing. In a Dublin park in defiance of recommendation from a senior government official. A spokesperson for Varadkar issued a statement on Monday that said, I'm going to tell you a bunch of lies because we look like huge hypocrites. So blah, 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 lie. He was drinking with his gay cohorts. The comment came after images appeared on social media showing the Prime Minister and his partner, Matthew Barrett, and Matthew's two partners near the Park Wellington's monument. Varadkar was in shorts and shirtless, along with all of his other gay partners. The outing appeared to contradict advice given in a media briefing last week by Liz Canavan, Assistant Secretary of the Department of the Prime Minister. She said, if you're visiting a public amenity, try not to stay too long at the site or have picnics. Please do your exercise and then go home. Okay, I found this tweet by Angie B. Angie B says, here's your answer, Holly. Number 1, we were told not to picnic. Number 2, by Conor McGregor, we were told not to travel beyond 5K. We were told to maintain 2 meters of social distance. He publicly broke all rules. Now think of the bereaved unable to comfort each other at funerals. Is that fair? Yeah, exactly. Nope. You can't go to your loved one's funeral, but this gay dude can go out and have a shirtless, frickin' nasty drinking party in the middle of a field. That's the leader of your country right there. Right there. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? And again, I'll close by saying, you fight with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your coworkers, and other strangers over this nonsensical left-right BS. But when it's all said and done and the dust clears, look at what you end up with. It's just for extra credit on this story back to Hawaii. This is the comment section of the Manhunt article. Okay, some of these will blow your mind. You know, this guy's too much paliki, whatever. He says a pathetic overuse of resources. I wholeheartedly agree. He's one of the only people, though, that has a decent head on his shoulders. Off to the gulag with them. They have committed capital crimes against the people in the state. Yeah, you know, another good comment. Great job, hotel managers, for reporting them. Everyone working you would think that this guy's being a smartass. No, he's not. Great job, hotel managers, for reporting them. Everybody working together. We're all in this together. Lots of positive tests come from Las Vegas. Like you would freaking know. Like, yeah, like all the tests are positive because they test positive for coronavirus. They test themselves, you jackass. Okay, here's a left-right guy. They have immunity. They listen to Donald. They injected themselves with Clorox. The next person says they should have put them in jail. Actually, you won't even think that is anything once I read you a couple more of these. Spies. Oh my God. Did you read the word manhunt in the story's title? Yeah, exactly. But then the PC world should have been people hunt or human hunt or some ridiculous thing, but not manhunt. Okay, what about this guy? Need to put these guys in jail for a month. Great, they get a vacation and we pay their ticket home. Which he didn't read the damn story. They had to pay their way home. But he wants to put them in jail for 6 months. 6 months. These clowns paid their own ticket back. This guy says we should have them working in ICU hallways for 14 days. I hope they're on a watch list. They realize that there's no punishment for violating laws in Hawaii. These people are not just COVID idiots, they're plain selfish and stupid. I hope they are fined to the fullest extent of the law and made to reimburse local government for the manhunt and administration fees. Make them pay. How much was the bail for the first time they got arrested? From now on, make it $1,000. See, why do you need all these tyrannical governors? Look at the citizens. Just fucking put some propaganda, sorry about my language, put some propaganda on the TV box, and sure enough, you don't need any politicians, any authoritative figures to set these tyrannical rules. The citizens will turn on themselves. Look at this. You don't believe me? Just wait. If you really wanted to flatten the curve on this critter, the governor should have just mandated that all incoming travelers be boarded on a bus and taken to Aloha Stadium to be automatically quarantined. Just wait. Our elected officials are totally useless nowadays. Why do voters keep putting the same inept, do-nothing people in office every year? Said something about they need a $5,000 deposit per person, refundable when they leave. Just wait, I'm trying to get to the good one. Yeah, violators should be fined $5,000. Or they should spend 14 days in jail. Critical Reader. Here's the one I was trying to get to. Critical Reader says 1 year in jail, and they should start sentencing quarantine violators to 1 year in jail.